Canberra. The federal government is under increasing pressure at the moment. I'm not sure if you caught it earlier, David, but in my discussion with Richard Miles, he's in Geelong, he's not even here, and he was getting heckled by someone, not just him, but other members of the government. The heckler was shouting out for Penny Wong too, perceived inaction there. I mean, goes to show that this frustration has gone well beyond the eastern suburbs of Sydney.
Well, it goes to where I'm from outback Queensland. I can tell you there's only been 2 times in my life where I've seen fear in the people I represent in Western Queensland eyes. The first was on 9/11 and the second is on Monday morning when they saw what happened to the good people of Bondi. Whether you're from the outback or you're from a regional or capital city, the whole country is here with the people of Bondi because we have been violated by a heinous act. And what this country wants is action. And as someone that's been given a privilege to go to Parliament and to represent the people of Australia, we should do something. This is our moment, and this is the Prime Minister's moment. He should grab this. He shouldn't run away from this. And in fact, I think we should be going back to Parliament next week. And their own special envoy into anti-Semitism has 13 recommendations. One of those, we could move legislation next week in a bipartisan way to strengthen the screening of people we bring into this country around their extremist views and particularly around anti-Semitism. We could do that as a Parliament in a bipartisan way. That's just one sweep.
That feels like a pretty simple one to do.
Well, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we get on a plane?
I mean, you've got the Trump administration now that's looking into the social media histories of people coming into America. I mean, it feels like something we could do that, to look out for people who have anti-Semitic views.
But we shouldn't stop there. This shouldn't all be in vain. And we are the ones that have been given a privileged position by the Australian people to do something about it. And this Prime Minister has missed that opportunity. That's not leadership. There's been missed opportunities for the last 2.5 years, but this is the moment. This is his moment, and he's missed it. But I think, and I challenge him today, let's go back to Canberra. Let's fix this and other things that we can do. Let's show these people of Bondi and Australia that we are leaders, and we're going to do something about fixing the societal drift that we've seen that has culminated in this. We've seen the signs for 2.5 years. And there's been too much inaction, and I'll let others commentate on that. What I want to see is a way forward and for some leadership. And I'm saying I'm prepared to get on that plane and be in Canberra tomorrow if I have to be.
You feel like others might grumble, though, the week before Christmas?
Look at this.
Yeah.
Think about the Christmas of these people. Yeah. I mean, like, this is our moment as a nation to say this can never happen again. And when you've been given the power to do something about it, why wouldn't we? That's what I got into Parliament, is to change the lives of Australians and particularly the people I represent. And even when people in Western Queensland are hurting for the people of Bondi, why wouldn't I do something for the people that I represent and the people of Bondi? Because this is a galvanising moment that should be grasped by a Prime Minister, not let go.
This push for gun reform, is that a distraction, you believe, from the bigger issue?
Of course it is. Let me just make it very clear. No one can go and get a gun and a gun licence in this country and just walk in and get one. You actually have to pass a fit and proper person test. You can't go and get whatever calibre gun you want. You actually have to prove why you need that calibre of weapon, and so you should. And then you also have to go through training. And licences aren't in perpetuity. If you look at every state, most of them go for 3 to 5 years, and the higher the calibre, the lower the lower the time. Should
they at least be tightened at all in any way, or are you happy with the way things are?
Well, I think that they've shown that they worked. It's the process around the licence that didn't work. If you see somebody that has a gun licence and they have or have been on a watch list, I would have thought the precautionary principle of law enforcement agencies is to act and to remove the licence and to remove those firearms.
Is there, beyond gun reform, is the bigger picture here Islamic extremism? Do you believe that has flown under the radar?
Yes, you've got to call it out for what it is. That's why we're in this predicament we're in, and that's why we need leadership. And it's not just about immigration. It's about saying to those that would preach and spew hate about causing violence on your fellow Australian and particularly the Jewish faith, there should be a consequence in life, and you need to have a deterrent and a consequence. And if you don't have that, then your society drifts, and that's what's happened. Even though the cues were there, when we saw that preacher on the steps of the Sydney Opera House, when we saw synagogues being firebombed, when we saw the streets of Sydney and Melbourne burning, if they weren't cues that we needed to strengthen and to set deterrents and consequences, then I don't know what is. Yeah. But this is the moment that we can do something. Why wouldn't the Prime Minister grab this opportunity?